On trail. Landing lights. On. Photo heat. On. Tail wheel. Locked. Ready for takeoff, skipper. Power. Set. 40 knots. Airspeed is alive. 85 knots. Rotate. 100 feet. Positive rate, gear up. Gear up.
Lowering traffic, Westwind 659 is departing to the east. Lowering traffic.
All right, guys. Hello, welcome. Happy day after Thanksgiving. Hope you guys got your fill of turkey and or ham or whatever it is you eat on Thanksgiving. Or if you're not from the U.S., happy Friday. Doesn't really mean anything outside the U.S. Anyway, we're going to be flying today in a Delta 737-800, the NGXU. We're going to be taking that down to Albuquerque because today is the FNO is Albuquerque, which is their funny play on words there with that, which is fine. And but to make things a little more interesting, Brian Gren has spent his 50,000 Moose miles, I believe, to demote me to the right seat. So I'm going to have to get used to flying in the right seat tonight. So that's going to be fun. But before we do any of that, we need to do our loadout before I connect GSX to this. So I'm going to do this with the outside of the aircraft here. I'm going to pull up this guy. I'm going to say clear FS actions, and we're going to go to payload. And I need to see what, according to SimBrief, I'm supposed to have on the aircraft as far as loadout tonight. Looks like we're going to be kicking 144 people to Albuquerque for a total zero fuel weight of 125 dead. So let's put 144 people on board. We're going to do that by going. We're going to put 12 in first, and that means we're going to put 132 in economy or steerage, as I like to call it. And I'm going to zero out the forward and the aft cargo for a moment so I can see what my zero fuel weight number is. It's 120.2, so we need to add to it 4,008 pounds of 4,008 pounds of payload weight. So that is 2.4 on each end there. So we're going to do that. See if my math jives. 25 dead. There we go. All right, and then for fuel. Fuel, they want us to take 23.1. It is not only FNO, but it is Albuquerque FNO. So we're going to jump that up to, I think, 27,000 pounds just to be on the safe side. So we're going to do that, 27,000. That gives us 58%
Okay,
of our
for the
fuel load.
sake
So
of those
fuel
that are
and
on my
payload
channel
is now
or
loaded
watching
up.
later, I am
We can
joining
close that, and we can now call for GSX to operate the jetway here.
Mustafa, Westman
Do that, confirm,
1990.
thank you.
He's what who you hear in the
And that guy
background.
should.
Common.
There he goes.
That'll be common on my
Start coming
stream.
in.
So we're
Hopefully he does.
simulcasting tonight.
All right,
I'm
let's see who
flying
we got in chat
Loins
so far.
to
We've got
Pisa,
Brian Gren,
and he's flying
Kelsey, Bubba
Minneapolis
Lewis.
to
Haven't seen him in a while.
Albuquerque.
And Bentley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Clever. Why are you mad, Bubba? Do you not get enough turkey?
You didn't realize he wasn't a sub.
I can't hear you.
You didn't realize he wasn't a sub.
Oh, well, that is his problem. Hello there, David and Sean in chat, and Captain Tim as well. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Moose, how you doing?
Doing well. And we got PSXSZN. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So it looks like Pexsun maybe, or Pexsoon. I don't know. But yeah, whatever. No, I'm fine, Bentley, unless you're talking to Bubba Lewis, but... all right, so that gets that. Let's go ahead and we can open our doors. Open, and we'll open our cargo doors. Boom, boom. Let's make sure those opened over here. Yes, it did. Pexon, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard, sir.
What are you flying tonight?
We're flying the Delta 737 NGXU to Albuquerque, so I'll try not to blow it up.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Whoop, two of you try to talk at once. Try it again.
I'm over at Aaron, so I'm going to be stuck flying X-plane.
Copy that. Bentley, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. So PSX season. Okay. What is this PSX stand for something? That I'm not aware of. Anyway, let's get into the cockpit, into a very odd position for me to be in, and that is the right seat. Thanks a lot, Brian. I blame you for this. Yeah, hey, we even got the Delta logo on the jetway. That works out nicely. All right, so we're gonna start up here, and it's gonna feel a little awkward because the view is really not set up the same way. Although I could do this to make it a little easier. I think I will. So we'll start up here, and we'll check our leading edge devices right there. We're gonna set our IRSs to nav. Our dome light is already on. As those switch over to align, we're going to turn the yaw damper on. Navigations are all centered, and we're going to check our crossfeed. Valve transit light illuminates. Valve open light on. Valve transit light illuminates and should go off. There we go. Fuel pumps are all in the off position. We're going to check our ground power voltage is good right now. Standby voltage is okay. We'll put it on ground power since that's what we're using at the moment. Tell my phone to be quiet. Go over there, thank you. The cabin utility and in-flight entertainment and seat passenger whatevers are all on. Standby power is guarded. Ground power is what we're on right now. All the other bus ties are off. I'm going to turn our panel lighting on. Equipment cooling is normal.
Gear
Emergency
up.
exit lights are armed. Seatbelt signs are on.
Confirmed.
Let's move this chime to the same
Flaps.
position just for ease of
Up.
noticing.
Landing lights.
Window heats are going to come on. We're going
Off.
to leave the pitos
Climb
off for the
power.
time being. Anti-ice will stay off for the time being. Hydraulic pumps will stay where they are at the moment.
Set.
And up here, trim air is, oops, it was on. Stay on. Recircs are
Power.
auto. Packs are off.
Set.
And all
40
the bleeds are
knots.
open. We're going to be flying at
Airspeed is
36,000 feet
alive.
tonight, so we're going to set this
Gear up.
to 36. Notice it's in auto. Position
Throttle.
lights are on. No other lights are on at
Green
the
map.
moment. So that's good.
Propeller control.
Whoops. Over here now, we'll check our oxygen. All right, that's a good test on the oxygen. And just coming around, checking our various gauges. All those are guarded. Gear handle is down. We're going to cage the standby artificial horizon there. I'll close that. Gears down. These spoilers are up, or sorry, down rather. The flaps are up. The throttles are idle, and the fuel is cut off. Parking brake is
Green
now set.
RPM.
We'll do a little quick
Mixture.
test of the fire switches here, which is here. And that's a good test. And the cargo fire system. And that's a good test.
Auto
And
lean.
we're going to leave that alone for the
Cowl
time being.
flaps.
I don't think I can test that until I've aligned my things there. So we'll turn the panel lights on for here. I also need to turn the panel light on here, which I can't see because of the yoke.
Near closed.
And we'll turn that one on. And that, whoa, not that one on. Let's see, did it do? Oh, that one does both. Okay. We are going to turn that one on just a little bit. And I'm going to turn this one on just a little bit. For now. We'll see what we do for later. All right, back to home position. Just PSX is good. Okay, fair enough. I bought a PC today on Black Friday just for this game. Hope it was worth it. Oh well, if it's high powered, it will be worth it. This simulator is fantastically awesome, so you will enjoy. PSX season, I'm doing very well. Had lots to eat in the last few days, so as is tradition. Tradition. Maybe 100,000 points should be flying from the jump seat. You can't fly from the jump seat, so no. I wish. I'm sorry. I was in the stream with you guys during the Never Dull at Dullest. Yes. Yeah, you were our ground controller, weren't you? Should I subscribe? I have Twitch Prime. You can. That's entirely up to you. We would appreciate it. Anywho, okay. Let's tell GSX to start boarding, so we're not waiting here forever. So request boarding. Boom. There we go. And while that is happening, we will start to program yonder FMC. So we're going to go to menu. Yes, I know I have to enter the iris position. Don't yell at me about that. Thank you, FMC, position init. We do have the current AirRack data, so we're good there. We'll come down here and we'll take from GPS left today. We are at Minneapolis, which is KMSP. Right there. We're at Gate Echo 8, but it's not going to know that. I've tried it at these airports before. It doesn't care. It doesn't know. So I'm not going to do it. Go to route. Into our origin KMSP, we're going to KABQ. The infamous KABQ. Flight number is DAL 1056 or 1056. And let's go departure, arrival, and take a look at our flight plan. I don't think this is working yet. I saw that they fixed. No, it's not. So Project Fly has been having some issues. They are aware of them. They fixed the adding pictures now to the thing, and they said the integration with Twitch will be coming back here shortly. So that's why we haven't had it telling us who the winner is of the landing competition and that stuff. It's broken right now, and they're aware of it. They're working on it. So in the meantime, I need to go up here and I'll paste my route into. Oops. Into chat so you guys can see it. So if any of you guys want to fly along as well, you can. There it is. Ignore the DCTs. Those are just directs. Those are not waypoints. Do not be fooled. I don't really know why Symbrise feels the need to do that. It drives me nuts. But we're taking the Shep 9 to ONL, to Pub, to ALS, and then Daytime, and then the Sydney 3. So we'll go down here. We're going to look for the, it's a Smurf. That's not what I want. Shep 9. All this sounds like fun. ONL transition. Let's see. Yeah, but how can we fly along without coordination? What are you talking about without coordination? You have the route. We're starting at the same place. It's pretty simple enough. I don't understand. Kevin, how's it going, sir? We are not there yet. In fact, we have not even begun to depart. Voice coordination. Well, if you subscribe, you can be with voice coordination. You can chat. I mean, we can talk. There's ways to do it. I mean, come on now. Hurry up, son. Who you calling son? I think I'm older than you. Not by much, but what was I looking for? I was looking for something. Oh, weather. Weather reports. That's what I want. So current weather here in Minneapolis is showing 100 at 10 for the winds, 10-mile visibility, overcast at 1,100, temperature 01, dew point -2, altimeter 3018. So it is nice and cold. It is basically right at freezing, and it looks like the 1-2s are going to be our runways of choice here tonight. Let's see if they will
That's the
tell us what
question
they're
is
departing.
where are you parked?
Yeah, I'm over on the Foxtrot 8. I think I said
Not
Echo 8
like main
earlier, but
terminal.
well, yeah, but the main terminal is huge, so that's
Okay,
why I said
'cause
Foxtrot 8. It's one of the things that juts out.
yeah, I know. But if you are at if you are at the terminal 2, they will send you to like 17.
1-7. Why?
I don't know. They sent me to 17. I
Mm,
guess it's closer.
I don't know. That's why I'm looking at their ILS to see if they say what they're departing. Departing runways 1-2 left, 1-2 right, and 1-7. Okay, that's a weird one. Yeah, that is a little strange. SideQuest, thank you for the subscription, sir. 4 months from SideQuest. Appreciate it, man. All right, so ES8 jives with what I have. It's Information Hotel. So it's going to be 1-2 left, right, or 1-7. Go figure. I'm going to look at the chart here for a second. See if I can make sense out of this nonsense. Where's 1-7? 1-7 is... Well, it's actually the same as going on the 1-2s. I don't know why. Well, okay, by that logic then, we would be getting 1-2 right or 1-7. But 1-2 right would actually be closer. Yeah, 1-7's the furthest taxi there is. That seems weird. And you're going to have to cross 1-2 to get there. That doesn't make sense. That seems
I
odd.
shouldn't be crossing 1-2 to get there.
Well, then you're not at the main terminal.
Yeah, I'm at terminal 2.
That's not the main terminal.
I didn't say main terminal.
You said main terminal. You used the word main when you were talking to me.
I was talking about your terminal because there's 2 terminals.
Ah, yes. Why are you at Terminal 2? Isn't that like the international terminal or something?
No, it's Southwest.
Oh, Southwest is their own terminal?
International is actually terminal 1.
Oh, okay.
It at least has some.
Yeah, okay. I got you. Whatever. Okay, anyway, well, I'm going to put in 1-2 right, and we'll see what it gives me from there. So We'll start with 1-2 right, and we'll go back to route. Next
QNH
page.
adjusted.
There we go. You'll be in Fresno next week? What are you doing? Doing flight training. Wait, flight training for what? Because don't you live on the East Coast? Or somewhere very east of here?
Quick, bomb his house.
Thank you, SideQuest. I appreciate that, man. And thank you for the antlers in chat for those guys. What's with the weepy faces? Guy the Aviator, good, I guess good morning for you. It's good evening for me, but welcome to the stream, sir. Remember the old days? What, when just everybody got on and it was confusing?
Everyone was in the call.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the luck and the bits of 10, my friend Brian Gren. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Okay, what is the next step? So ONL, then pub, PUB. PUB. And then we're going to ALS. And then daytime, DATME. DATME. Whoops. It'd be Alamosa. Yes, thank you. There we go. And there we go. And then departure arrival again. Arrival, we're going to be taking the Sydney, which I may have to choose a runway for this, I'm guessing. Yes, I do. So what is our expected weather in Albuquerque? It is... expected weather is 250
QNH
at
adjusted.
11 knots. 10 mile visibility scattered at 5,000. So that would mean runway 26 would be the most likely candidate. But before I just select that willy-nilly, I want to look at the airport chart and make sure it's not some stupid short runway that's going to screw me. Because you never know with some of these airports, I tell you. Oh, 26 is the one we're used to landing on. Perfect. Okay. Wonderful.
You know, this might not be good.
What might not
Is
be
that
good?
I haven't checked out my Stargazer yet and see if it works.
Oh.
So I'm just hoping it works.
Let's see. And then we got a bunch of RNAVs to choose from for the arrival. You know, why don't we just do this? I'm just going to select 26 without any of that, and then we'll do that en route. We'll have time. Next route next. Activate, execute. Let's check our legs here. We got vectors out of here, and everything else looks okay. All right. On to zero fuel weight things. Seat back pocket coming in hot. Daytime is an FAA official who was trying to send the message, date me. I don't think so. Just enter Denver airspace on your way to ABQ yourself. Nice. Where are you coming from, Seatback Pocket? And I assume you're flying the Tolus. Figure that would be a safe bet. What? Stop posting. Oh, sorry, Seatback Pocket. Hang on. Stand by. Oh, Brian Green got you. There you go. Now you can post the link. Oh, from Salt Lake City with Delta VA. Nice. We're flying Delta tonight ourselves. Awesome. Not for the VA, but just for Delta in general. 125 was our zero fuel weight. 125 dead, so put that in there. Reserves tonight. What is it wanting us to take for reserves? 5.4. 5.4 for the reserves. Cost index is 80. And our flight level is 360. And our winds at top of climb, or wind average rather, 234 at 7.5. 234/75. And our top climb temperature minus 52. Minus 52. And it sounds like our people are aboard, so that's good. N1. Actually, so I'm going to, when you hear the ding, this is my plan. Whoops. Sorry about that. Wrong. Wrong seat. When we hear the ding, we're going to go ahead and start the APU, just so that can be booting up while we're doing our thing here. And we're going to figure this out here in a moment. So we're actually going to come over here. Leave up buying the Rotate MD-80 with the Black Friday sale. Oh, nice. Well, the MD-80 is a fun aircraft. I don't have the Rotate. I've got the Leonardo, but I hear good things about the Rotate. If we consistently maintain 40 FPS on that thing, I'd stream it. How was the big feed? Oh, it was delicious. Lots of food was consumed. Turkey was moist and wonderful. It was just good all around. Performance, that's what I want. All right, airport. We are at KMSP. Forget how you say enter. I just have to relearn how to do this. Oh, search, that's what. All right. Runway, we're assuming 12 right. And condition, it should be dry. Draw size. We'll say now. What is the depth of the dry? No, okay, cancel that nonsense. We'll say it's dry. It's not. There's no. It's not raining or anything. Wind was 100 at 10. 100. Ah! I always forget I can't do that. Stop that. Where's my keyboard? Show keyboard. There we go. 100 at 10. Oh, damn it. 100 at 10. Outside air temperature is. Where are you at? Oh yeah, 1 degree C.
You don't like doing the external keyboard?
1 C. I always forget how to do it, and I forget to put
You
it
hit
back.
the button that says external keyboard.
Oh, is it? Well, there is that, I suppose. Hey. Oh. Right.
Chris D is trying to connect.
Who
Chris D.
is trying to connect? What does that mean?
He's trying to join us on Discord, but it won't let him.
Did his sub run out? If we can verify he's still a sub, then you can pull him in. But he'd have to go into the general one first, and then we can pull him down. Looks like 3D printed piece explains the price point, but that's killer fine. What is this? Excuse me. What'd you find? Air stick. Let's see. What is this? Oh. Oh wow, that's cool. For only that's a really good price for what looks like pretty authentic style Airbus side stick there. That's pretty cool. I'll have to actually, you know what? I should close that link because I would like to check out other things that they do now that I'm thinking about it. So I will do that later, maybe in the cruise. All right, I was coming over here to figure out what it's 3018, but I have to convert that, so I got to do it this way. Conditions, KSP, 1022. 1022. There we go.
Okay, keep an eye out for him. He should be coming in here in just a bit.
All right. Flap config will be 5. AC config will be on. Anti-ice will be on as well. We'll do engine and wing because it's freezing outside. Return external keyboard off, I think, at this point. Actually, can I put takeoff weight in here? I guess I can. Takeoff weight. Perfinet. Gross weight. 152. We'll call it 15. Well, let's do 152.2 because then in the worst case scenario, we're heavier than we say we are, or we're lighter than we say we are. 152.2. 5.2.
And that, folks, are why we are flying
And
at
our
12,500
CG,
feet.
it said was what? 23.2? 23.2. Calculate, please. No valid assumed temperatures found for present conditions. Okay,
In
so we can't do
approximately
takeoff
25
2. Let's
miles,
try
we will
takeoff
be
1.
descending back down to a
Calculate.
more comfortable altitude.
There we go. So we can do takeoff 1. 140, 144, 149 with takeoff 1 set. 35C. Okay. Takeoff 1, select temp 35C, VREF. Yeah, okay. 140, 44, 49. Alright, so we're going to come down here and 1 limit 35. Takeoff 1. Takeoff. Flaps 5. CG was 23.2. And it's actually going to be 140, 144, 149. And runway is dry. All right. Perfect net. We're going to execute that. Make sure it holds our V speeds this time. And we should be ready to go. We're going to put the legs on that one, and we're going to put the takeoff information over here. Right there. There we go. Cool. Da, 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 da. That's a great one for $800. Oh goodness. Okay. That's gonna take a while to get used to that. All right, so we're gonna put this away. Turn that off. Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and call for clearance here. Who we have online? We have MSP ground 121.9. Yeah. Okay. You've got to go away. There we go. Now the question is, can I do it over here? I want to do.
I think
Yes, I can. Good. What?
I think Bubba Lewis is in some type of special thing.
Special thing.
He's slain Alpha, and his call sign is Bubba One.
Okay. Well, that's fun. This this is me. Gosh, Bubba, one, turn your thing down. This is me, Eli. Yes, you can fly this. Just we're at Minneapolis on VATSIM, so anyone's free to fly with us if they want. More the merrier. All right. I'm running out. I'm gonna need a new what do you call it? Notepad here pretty soon. I'm running out of room. Yeah, no, that's cool. Eli, you're fine. To be in the voice chat, yes, you do need to be a sub.
Mountaintops look pretty big at 500 feet.
I would imagine. How dare you? That's just the rules for the flight stuff. We had to do that because it was getting confusing when we just put everybody in there, and it makes it hard to hear traffic control. So I needed to find a way to limit and reward my subs all at the same time. I just gotta wait for my turn to get clearance here. Or can I give you my gamble points? No, it doesn't do me any good. Unfortunately. Your gamble points, unfortunately, mean nothing to me.
Is it bad that I can recognize everyone's voice on VATSIM?
No, it's actually pretty normal once you get to know people.
What'd you say? Just say, because
Well,
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, hang on. I gotta get my time in here. Dang it.
So where was Bubba flying?
Hang on a second, Sean.
I think Bubba's flying with us.
Minneapolis ground, Delta 1056, looking for clearance to Albuquerque.
QNH adjusted. QNH adjusted.
All right, cleared to Albuquerque via the Ship 9 departure. O'Neill transition, then is filed. Clevia Sid, that maintains 7,000.
QNH
Departure frequency
adjusted.
135.47, squawk 2461.
QNH adjusted.
All right, we have hotel, and we'll expect 17 for departure, and we'll advise runner pushback for Delta 1056. Okay, so we got 17 after all, which means I have to redo my calc and make sure.
QNH adjusted.
So this is going to be 17. What happens when 17's not in the list?
QNH adjusted.
Yeah, what's up with that? I have 4, 12 left, 4, 8, 2, 2, 30. I'm confused.
QNH adjusted.
Where is my MSP open charts? It's opposite 35.
QNH
35's not in here
adjusted.
either.
QNH adjusted.
8,000 feet. So that changes the nature of our equation. Well, let's do this. Let me do if I factored it in as 12 left.
QNH adjusted. QNH adjusted.
What am I missing in here? Oh, condition dry. Calculate. Okay, it's giving me basically the same thing. The only difference is the wind is going to be
QNH adjusted.
9 headwind, and it's not going to be. Nah, we're going to go with it. I don't know why it isn't showing me the.
QNH
It
adjusted.
didn't flinch at doing that for 8,200. So. All right. Oops.
QNH
All
adjusted.
right, let's move. Oh man, Bubble One, turn your thing down. All right, operate jetway, undock, confirm.
QNH adjusted.
All right, I'll turn the anti-collision on. And we'll turn that on. There we go. Yeah, we can get the. I'll get you the Discord. The thing of Discord here.
Does someone need to go into the Discord?
No, just the. Eli was wanting the route posted in Discord, so I just put it in
Okay.
the live stream part. No, this is P3D, Eli. Altitude 360. All right, so I think we are now ready. Everything's set and good to go. We should close our doors, though. That would help as I move the jetway out of the way. FS actions, ground services, not the ground services, doors. I'm going to close that. We'll close those. Return. We do have the APU running now, so we can switch over to it. And we'll turn the packs on for that. And since that's done, we can release the ground power and remove the wheel chocks. All right, that puts us back to there. Okay. We just got to get, yeah, this is the 737. And ground Delta 1056 now ready for push at Foxtrot 8.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning to descend down to 9,500 feet. That'd be more comfortable breathing altitude for us. We are now clear of the French Pyrenees.
Yeah, if you're going to communicate with me for the stream, then I would prefer you type it in the chat, because that's what I'm going to be watching more readily. Ooh, that guy just went through the bricks. Interesting. All right, waiting for traffic. I think it's probably this guy maybe we're waiting for.
I don't know if this is.
What was that?
I don't know if this is true or not.
QNH adjusted.
I keep getting interrupted, sorry.
Oh, thank God. A lot of them right now. Looks like we got tower, ground, approach, center. Was that for 1056 Delta? Pushback on a Bravo approved for Delta 1056. Thanks. All right, here we go. I'm going to call for our pushback driver. I'm going to push nose to the left. Oops. It's going to do that a lot. All right. Beep, beep, beep. First beeper on, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to push back from the gate here. I want to welcome you aboard this Delta Flight 1056 service to Albuquerque. We should have a pretty good flight in store for you today. We're going to be flying at an altitude of 36,000 feet. Our in-flight time is about 2 hours and 45 minutes. And we should be pushing back from the gate here any second. So please pay attention to the safety brief. If you have any questions, ask one of our very capable flight attendants. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. Why was he back on ground? All right. Engines are clear for start. We're going to go to turn the packs off. And we are going to start number 2 right there. What the heck is happening? That was weird. What was that? It like didn't end into the jetway all of a sudden. All right, engine's firing up. You have to fly on the left side. No, I have to fly, yeah, I have to fly on the right side tonight. Yeah, I thought we finally had Bubba over on on tower, and then he came back. It's like, dude. Oh, let's turn the logo light on. All right, looks like we got a good start on number 2. Let's go ahead and start number 1. I want to see something here. I look straight up. Okay. Making sure. Move this down to 7,000. Brake set. Who's waiting? We had good engine start. Is that a new thing? That's cool. All right. Let's set those to continuous. I'm going to turn the hydraulics all the way on. Pitot on. Packs back on. APU bleed off. Gens on. And APU off. And wing and NG anti-ice on. All right. Turn that off. Ooh, that's dark. Turn a little bit of that on. And a little bit more of that on. All right, flaps coming down to 5. Zero 015 set. All right. And ground Delta 1056 is Raver Taxi. All right, so 1017 via Alpha Charlie Whiskey. Hold short 12 right, and yeah, we'll get the squawk going right now. There we go. Alpha Charlie Whiskey. Okay. Taxi light on. All right, here we go. I did download a SimBrief file just for my weather program. It likes that better when I do that. I go down here to Alpha. Ooh, that jumped up there fast, didn't it?
first flight with codex and nobody around to test it.
Well, there's Delta, Charlie next. It's a United guy right here. I'm going to follow him.
Can't even check your stream out because I'm broadcasting.
Yes, I have Navigraph. Sorry, go for Delta 56. Uh, 126.7 monitor tower for Delta 56. I just got here for Delta 56. All right, we'll follow United at Charlie, cross 12 right, right turn on Whiskey, and cross runway 4 at Whiskey for 1056. There's some ice cream with cream and sprinkles. Oh my. So here's Whiskey here. Oh man, it's so weird to get used to taxiing this thing from this side in the dark. Like, it would be probably simple enough if it was in the daytime, but it's just getting my bearings of where everything is because it's so dark feels weird to me.
Excuses, excuses.
That's why I'm just full of excuses. You should know this. You know, it would probably help for situational awareness if I turned my runway turnoff lights on. That might just help illuminate things a little better. Yeah, you're telling me. Yeah, you're telling me. Da, 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 da. All right. Saints to the NFC South Division champs after beating the Falcons last night. Yeah, they kind of took the Falcons to the cleaners there in the beginning, at least. I didn't see the rest of the game, but yeah, I kind of took the Falcons to the cleaners there in the beginning, at least. I didn't see the rest of the game. Just keep swimming. Jaguars are not trash, but at the same time, well, yeah, we kind of are trash at this point. Like I said, the season is over for us. I don't even know, but it's not good. We keep losing. It's really not good. I don't even know, but it's not good. Started out with such high hopes, and it all came crashing down. Started out with such high hopes, and it all came crashing down. High hopes. We had high hopes. High hopes. But they were pie in the sky. High hopes. But they were pie in the sky.
I would like to know what.
You would like to know what?
I would like to know what aircraft Bubba is in.
I have no idea what aircraft Bubba is in. You would like to know what?
He says he's in this 737, but he can barely go above 242 knots.
Well, that seems unlikely then. That or he's got a broken 730. Well, that seems unlikely. That or he's got a BW flight simulation. Oh. Sorry, was that lineup on runway 17? BW flight simulation. Oh. Sorry, was that lineup on 17 wait for Delta 56. BW flight simulation. Big test for you on Sunday with the Niners. They've been doing good so far. Who are you playing Sunday? Are you back to the Seahawks again, or is somebody else? I don't remember. They've been doing good so far. Who are you playing Sunday? I don't keep up with the Niners so much, though. Lamar Jackson's a beast. I don't keep up with the Niners. Lamar Jackson's a beast. Yeah, well, Kelsey, that doesn't mean anything. Even when the Patriots aren't favorites, they find ways to sneak in. Even when the Patriots aren't favorites, they find ways to. No problem. About a minute on the runway for spacing for Delta 56. No problem. About a minute on the runway for spacing for Delta 56. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get the strobes on there. We're entering the active runway. Get the strobes on there. Turn this way. Alright, we'll sit here. I'm going to turn TGAS to TARA. And flaps are down to 5. Oh, you know what we didn't do is auto brake. Should be the RTO. And now we're ready to go. By the way, I found a guy who is in Westwind streaming. Can't remember his number, but he does Truckers MP admin trucking. Oh, really? Oh, you're playing the Ravens flight simulator. Flight runway heading 117, clear for takeoff, Delta 1056. Thanks. Here we go. No, that doesn't work, apparently. Wait, did I just turn them back off? No. Oh, that would help. Dang it. Come on, lift up, please. Thank you. Positive rate, gear up. Flaps 1. Tower, Delta 1056, did we miss a call to go to departure? All right, right to, sorry, right to 1-5, or what was the, what was the heading? Sorry, Tower, the heading one more time for 1056. 215, sorry about that. And over departure on 1056.
You need like hearing aids.
No, it's because he gives me a runway heading and then gives me a complex set of numbers right after it. And it's like, wait a minute, what? What was the heading? All right, 135.47.
Well, I can tell you with confirmation that the Stargazer is working.
Dang it. Okay.
Probably tried to tell you to contact departure after a certain altitude.
No, he didn't. He just. What the frick is going on there? Master caution was 4. There we go. Departure Delta 1056 with you at 7,000. One 17,000 and right 250 for Delta 1056. Now, why is that off? I wonder we're having issues.
Hola.
All right, we'll figure this out. Not used to looking for switches in certain places because I'm the other side of the thing. There we go.
Bubba. I need to figure out what Bubba Lewis's aircraft is.
Okay. Proceed direct RX and resume to departure for Delta 56. 133.4 for 1056. So that over to LNAV. Mini Center, Delta 1056, with you climbing 11,500, 17,000. Up to 360 for Delta 1056. Okay. All right, I cannot see the switches. There we go. Fat lot of good those little reflector things do. What? There we go. There we go. Who's go Black Friday shopping today? Nope, I do not ever go Black Friday shopping because I'm not insane. I don't wish to be in that fray nonsense. Also, it doesn't help that I don't have none of my relatives gave me any Christmas ideas yet, so I don't even know what to get them anyway. So it doesn't do any good.
I think twice about that insane comment.
It's usually kind of insane. I don't like people. I'm an introvert.
That's just whether you're insane.
Oh well, whatever. Oh gosh, Bubba Lewis. How are you stalling out?
Bubba is not in a 737.
Yeah, I agree.
Either that or he's in an FSX default one.
Yeah,
But even that shouldn't stall.
no. You try what?
Climbing? Because he clearly can't.
I know, right? What are we trying? I'm confused. I'm confused.
Bubba, what is your aircraft? Are you in a 737?
Yes, it is very weird sitting over here. It's weirder still because I'm in the dark, so it's harder to find switches that I normally know where they are. How are you stalling? Why can you not fly over 240 knots in a 737-800? All right.
You sure what
Well,
he had?
Bubba can't even fly.
Apparently. Something about an isolation valve being off.
His isolation valve, I don't think one of them wasn't open.
Well, it'd be this guy here being enclosed as opposed to auto.
So I guess he wasn't putting enough power into his engines. Or air, I guess, but...
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know why the isolation valve would cause him to stall out, because that would just separate the packs. And as long as they're both running... So I don't know.
It shouldn't.
Unless if you have a engine bleeds off or something.
Right, but then it's not an isolation valve problem, is it?
QAH adjusted.
That wouldn't really cause you to stall. It would just cause you to hypoxiate, whatever you want to, run out of oxygen in the cabin. Which I guess could lead to the perception of a stall because you're losing your mind, but I don't know. Engine 1 was off. Why did you have an engine off?
You
took off with
was it
only
because
one
of
engine?
the isolation valve? Was it because of the isolation valve that you had an engine off?
Explain yourself, sir. Okay, so you never started one of the engines. You just thought you did? Is that what I'm
Because of
hearing?
the isolation valve?
That's the only way that would work, is because you went to go start the engine and it didn't have any bleed air. Although I don't know how you missed that on your, gauges that you're supposed to be monitoring. Really
You're
afraid
supposed
you
to
must have-
know if your engines are starting before or are ready before take.
Yeah. Why did you add fuel if it wasn't even rotating? Like, I don't understand.
How did my question is how did you take off with the one engine on?
Yeah, you didn't notice the yawing to the one side? I had
think
them
it was-
set to GPS, not engine. Wait, what? GPS? What does that mean?
You had them on GPS. They're going somewhere. They're detaching.
I think Bubba Lewis's aircraft is powered by love, not by Jet A. I think that's the problem.
Sounds
And
like it.
apparently a GPS.
What's happening here? Why is my... What?
Something gone wrong.
Yeah, my chase plane...
Chase plane crashed?
No, but I'm gonna restart it because it's behaving weirdly.
QNH adjusted.
Why does it think there are two cameras of co-pilot?
No, it's not going to a camera it's supposed to be going to. It's still not. What the heck? My outside external cameras aren't... All my chase plane cameras are working. It's my S command to change to... That's weird.
Yes.
You know, that switch views to outside and spot and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They are not working. It's not going anywhere. Okay, there. I can do it that way. Not there's really anything to see out here, but
So I think I've found a problem with my sim.
it's weird. What problem do you have?
Well, I mean, it's a problem I've been experiencing lately. When I'm landing at a non scenery paid airport, it tends to lag really badly on fire.
Oh. Okay, okay, you're an experimental 737-800. That doesn't really mean anything. And you don't have MCAS on your 738, and that doesn't have anything to do with the problem you were stating you had.
I mean, the recent lags I've had could be due to the fact that this is an NGXU and it takes a lot more power to run.
Yeah, that could be that. Yeah, my frames aren't as good in the U as they were in the regular NGX, but that's understandable. Steve Backpocket, you're getting vectored all over the place south of ABQ. I'm not surprised. That's why we took 4,000 pounds of extra fuel, because we're familiar with ABQ.
I mean, I'm not familiar with ABQ. I only took like 1.7 or 8.
There was that was dumb. You gonna die. You gotta be falling out of the sky like Bubba Lewis.
I got my
Okay.
engine bleed off. I wonder how I can save fuel. Maybe turn on the flight mode, the engine,
Maybe. Well, no, flight mode. You're trying to wait.
for like the
That
engine switches.
no, that's to try and restart them in flight.
Oh,
Yeah. What were you hoping to do? Like, what were you trying to accomplish with that?
save fuel.
Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna do it. You can save fuel by turning your cost index way down and then adjusting your
My
cruise.
cost index is already at 60.
Oh no, you could put it down to like 5.
Oh,
You
would
put it to 1. That'd be the most fuel saving, sacrificing speed.
I don't want to sacrifice speed.
Well, then you're not gonna save fuel. Flight Sim Stream, how you doing, Glenn? Good to see you, man.
I can slow down my
Hey,
cruise
Glenn.
speed.
All right, 28,700 feet. I'm getting closer to top of climb. In this weird right seat orientation that we're in here.
I could never honestly see you flying in the right seat alone.
What do you mean alone?
Maybe I don't know. So I guess it isn't real.
Well, yeah, it's not, but
All right, how many laps of the circuit do you think you'll do?
how many circuits of what?
How many laps do you think you're gonna do?
Oh, an ABQ? Who knows? I mean, part of it is we're not there yet, and I mean, it could be the air traffic picture could be very different by the time we get there, based on when Sea Pocket's there now. So
I think there is no Denver Center.
did you say Denver Center went offline?
I think so. I don't see him on my thing.
I show them on Fantastic. Yeah, they're still showing on Fantastic. Brian Gren gifting a sub to Seat Back Pocket. Thanks, Brian Gren. Congratulations, Seat Back Pocket.
You'd think since I'm closer, I would see. Oh, there they go. Must have disappeared for a bit.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I see him on my V-Pilot now. Tired after a 14-hour flight to Louisville. Where from? Glenn?
Singapore,
sorry.
maybe?
Minneapolis Center. Looks like we're probably going to be cruising at Mach 0.8 for 1056. That is correct for Delta 1056. Oh, Hong Kong. Oh, my. That is a nice long flight. Woohoo.
You should do the world's longest flight.
I don't want to do the world's longest flight.
From the...
No desire to do that nonsense.
Would you like to fly from the world's prettiest airports to the world's of Singapore to Newark?
No. I have a feeling I'm about to get slowed down. Because the guy in front of me is going to do 0.78. If I'm doing 0.8, we're going to slowly catch up with him. And I'm guessing we're going to the same place.
Nah.
Nah.
You always pick a different altitude, Moose.
Well, there's that too. I don't know what altitude he's at. I'm just thinking they're gonna. If we're going to, if we are going to the same place, they might just they may move us anyway just for sequencing if we're going to the same place. What are you flying tonight, Captain Tim? You doing the 7-2?
And now I'm over at Aaron's tonight, and all we got is the 7.5 and the Zebo. So I took the 7.5 out tonight,
Oh, okay.
and she's sitting in the jump seat right now.
Ah. So she has the clipboard?
No, she's wondering where Mooney's at.
It's in the paint shop, trying desperately to line up paint lines.
Did you by any chance get the TBM?
Look, hang on a second. Bubba's talking. I can't hear anything when Bubba talks. Gonna respond.
Bubba one got his training wheels on tonight.
Yeah, sounds like it. What was the question again?
Just wondering if you downloaded the TBM for X-Plane by any chance.
No, I haven't ever gotten the TBM. Do you have it?
Yeah, I got to pick it up when we get into cruise, but yeah, we're looking at one.
Gotcha.
I've heard it's really cool. And
Yeah, I hear it's nice. A lot of people love it.
it goes really in depth into like repair costs for like repairing the engine and tires and stuff.
Yeah, I think John Fleisen was one of the best aircraft for X-Plane.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
Well, he's more of general aviation, so...
Yeah. But he flies a lot. I mean, he flies the gamut in X-Plane. He's got the Fly JSIM stuff, and he's got the
Zebo.
he's got the Zebo. He's got the Flight Factor 7.5. So, I mean, he runs the gamut. He doesn't just do general aviation. I think he prefers general aviation, but
Who's that?
John Fly. I said Fly John. Nope. Every time I've tried to go sign up for the alpha, it gives me a page not found or a page broken thing. So I just said, screw it. I'll just let other people do the stuff for me, and I'll get it when it's finished.
I
Have
honestly
they opened the registration for FSX?
no.
I don't think so. I haven't seen it tweet out yet. I just checked right before Thanksgiving, and it wasn't opened yet. So
If
I
the
was.
media partners haven't been done yet, then obviously it's not a.
Yeah. Well, and last time I checked, I can check that one again. But last time I checked, again before Thanksgiving, the media partners thing still was broken. Let me see what it says here. Let's see. Partner. Go away. Just load, please. Graphics and gameplay in the alpha is awesome. I thought if you're in the alpha, you're not allowed to talk about it, Bubba.
I mean, unless if you're looking at the Discovery series, then I guess so. But
I love that it's a PDF that then takes you back to a web page. Weird.
Lewis,
Yes, sir.
can I go time out Bubba Lewis?
Why?
I'm pretty sure he is in it, and he's talking about it. Does that mean?
Well, that's on him. That doesn't affect us. He can do what he wants. It's only going to affect him. Hey, the media partner form is finally up. About dang time. All right, so I know what I'm doing tonight.
We'll see
What'd
a
you get?
slight.
Oh, this is the Flight Sim Expo 2020 media partner application. I've been waiting. They said it. The stuff was live like 3 weeks ago for that, and it never was. But now it's finally up, so I got to fill that out so I can do a media partner with them again this year.
You'll see a small logo appear on the right side of the screen.
That's right. Start getting the Expo bling on the sim.
Hey, Moose, did you take the survey from Navigraph for flights?
Yes, it did.
Did you die of old age doing it?
No, because I remember the last time they did it, it was that long too. So I kind of went into it. But yeah, it is a long survey.
Yep, I started to get concerned on that myself.
You see the stuff in the trailers? Oh, well, yeah. Oh, here we go.
Did I hear Bubba 1-6?
No, Bubba One say level.
Oh yeah, I'm not using that.
All right. I want to check out this stuff here and see what else they got here. And I'll put it on the tablet so you guys can see what I'm doing. So this is that air stick that Brian was showing. Categories Boeing. You know.
I think Bubba's sim is broken.
Brian, thank you for the 20 bits, sir. Oh, I see. You can get the little add-on levers for like your CH yoke and stuff. It's kind of cool. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Surprise, surprise. Mode C unreliable. Ooh, a Boeing landing gear lever. That's kind of cool.
See, this is what Moose needs.
Well, not really, because my throttles are about to change in about 6 months, apparently, with the Alpha coming out. So none of this would matter.
6 months?
Well, that's what I don't know what it is, but who knows? It was originally supposed to be the beginning of January, but on some video they hinted that it would be a little closer to spring or something. So I don't know what it is now. I say six.
Great.
If I say 6
Second
months, it'll make me
quarter.
feel better if it comes out earlier than that. So
No, I
Last I
wanted a
heard,
new
second
throttle, but
quarter
apparently,
2020.
yeah. What are you saying, Rothmiller?
I wanted a new throttle this year, but apparently not.
Why are you descending? Hmm?
think Bubba wants just getting used to flying.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He usually flies the 747 for the
For the what now?
president.
Flight sim stream. Is there a criteria for joining the Global Sim Alliance? Well, yeah, the criteria is John Fly likes you. That's kind of the criteria. So he does. He looks for streamers that have a good vibe in their channel. In his words, he prefers family friendly streamers. So in other words, you're not cussing all the time in your stream. And one of his big things is webcam. So if you meet all those criteria, then if he discovers you, then it's very likely that you can fall in that category. So yeah, well, there's some people that I think have gotten in the Global Sim Alliance that maybe have diverted from the family friendly. I don't know if that's how it started or not, but I know that's what he prefers now. So how you doing, Grand Point Niner? Are you controlling here in Minneapolis tonight?
He's not on. He's not streaming.
Well, it doesn't mean he's not controlling. I didn't even look and see who my controller was tonight. No, that's Jamie. So probably not. Unless he's no, I don't see his. Yeah, I don't see his name on any of the stuff. So no, mid-December I'll be back. Just got a new laptop though. Oh, nice, awesome. I don't think Moose has ever sworn on stream. I try not to.
I mean, other people on Moose's stream have sworn.
Yes, our friend from the UK specifically, who shall not be
Cough,
named because
cough.
we don't remember who he is, but.
His fancy gear. His fancy
Yeah.
tech for flight sim.
Yeah, with his balsa wood rudder pedals apparently. But yeah, it's a pretty nasty headwind. We're doing, I think, what do you have, 91 knot headwind right now. We're go-karting over the ground, 372 knots. It's pretty gross. So Helasius, I don't know how to say that right, but welcome to the stream, sir. Good to see you. So cruising along here. When do we get to Denver Center? I should probably see when in our flight plan that's supposed to happen. Oh, it's after O'Neill. 27 miles after O'Neill. Did anyone else hear the audible sigh when he said Bubba 1 same Mach number?
I didn't, but
Pisa traffic, west wind 659, inbound 15 miles
we're going
south to
slower
land,
and
Pisa.
slower.
Pisa
Make
traffic.
that falling out of the sky for Bubba 1. Hey, Fort Doctor, how's it going? Hey, Captain Tim, Kelsey's asking if there's any football games you want her to choose for tomorrow.
None. Most of the
Oh, let's go with the Michigan State Maryland game.
You bring the fun to simming. Fun's the right word. Frustrating might be the better term.
Not to the sim, to the ATC maybe. I don't know if the sim has motions.
Cloudy out there.
How's the right seat feel?
It feels weird. It actually probably wouldn't feel as weird if it was like daytime, but part of it is in the dark. I've got this big like dark swatch right here, and so it like not seeing all the dimensions of my aircraft when I was on the ground was making it kind of hard to find my center of where the. Well, I kept trying to line it up like over there, like as if the center bar of the windscreen was my lineup point, even though I'm sitting over here. And it felt off to me. I feel it would have been a little better if I'd been in the daytime, but
Bubba
Makes it
loses
interesting.
So the
better
same rule for
controlling?
taxi applies. Just keep your ankle over the center line, except it's your inboard ankle.
Right, and that's what I kept having to fight my brain to do, because instinctively I knew that my brain didn't want to do that. That was the the weird thing.
Yeah, it looks like Kelsey's not listening to me. Michigan is playing Ohio State, not Maryland. Need the Michigan State, Maryland.
Yeah, Michigan State.
I'm surprised she'd pick Michigan over Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
Got that right.
Let's see. Oh goodness. It Inswan Tozel with 62 work. I don't know how to say that. It's a pleasure to meet you. I have checked out your Mustafa Twitch channel. Well, yes, you have, because you're here. Welcome. Good to see you, sir. So he's picking Michigan State. I got you. Fair enough. What's going on in general chat over here? Whoa. Give me my descent into Pisa. So Kevin, did you feast like there was no tomorrow yesterday? If you're still here.
Kevin likes to jump around in the car.
All right. Well, if you notice, I already have an overlay and I have armor, so no need. Thank you though. I know that Bama is playing Auburn tomorrow. Telling parents about you told your parents about a girl, like just a specific girl, or you made up a girl.
I like how
Or
I'm leading a train that includes me, Bubba,
what's going on?
you, Captain Tim, and whoever else is I can't remember.
No, a real girl. Now your girlfriend. Ah. Okay. So the proper way to phrase that sentence would have been, I told my parents about my girl the other day.
No, what are you talking about?
Not me. I'm talking about for Bubba. I'm trying to help him learn how to craft sentences correctly. Did I ever
He's
tell you?
apparently a controller. I'm surprised he passed.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about your first date story? I don't think you did, Brian.
Uh-oh.
Let's learn.
What was the uh-oh?
He's gonna tell us about his first date story.
Oh. How you doing, Kramer?
I'm good. I've been here for a while. How are you?
Well, I'm well. Did you feast like no tomorrow yesterday?
I did.
Was it glorious?
It was pretty good.
Well, I went to Starbucks with a girl I had known for a while. She then tried to, I suppose, convert me to some religion. I'm not sure what religion it was, but she gave me a pamphlet. Well, how did you not know what religion it was? She gave you a pamphlet. You had written evidence of what it was.
Was it Jehovah's Witness?
Or the Latter-day Saints. Or the Church of Eternal Light. Whoever they are.
Or the church Moose works at?
It wouldn't be that. He lives up in the Bay Area. She'd be a long way from home.
Are you sure about that?
And we don't have pamphlets, so there's that too.
Oh.
Living Joy. Interesting. Guess that would be better than Dead Joy. Dead Joy doesn't sound very good. Is it about good energies? Oh boy. So kind of new agey. Good vibes. Good vibes. I then said, okay, talked for about 30 minutes and left. That's fun. Well, he never slowed me down to Mach 0.78, so that's good. You don't have to do that. Oh, there he is. He's 20 miles ahead of me, and he's at. Is he below me? Oh yeah, he's 2,000 feet below me, so he's at 3.4. Mason 1055. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard, sir.
Are you a Baptist, Moose?
Well, actually, that doesn't say Baptist. That says Baziroptist. But I think Baptist is what it means. That's probably the closest thing. We're not. Our church isn't really part of any specific denomination, but we're Baptistic in our roots. So, in
It's a
that sense, yes.
Baptist.
A Baptist. It's a denomination of evangelical Christianity. How's that
No,
for
I said
something?
a Baptist.
Oh,
Baptistic?
Baptistic. We are Baptistic in our theology, but we're not strictly Baptist. That's why we're
Aaron
called
thought you
Campus
said
Bible
autistic.
Church. Yeah, you wish. Autistic. All right, Brian. I went to stream again, just not more HES unless MP gets off their butts. I know. I'm really surprised they still haven't updated that yet. Mason 1055, where are you joining us from, sir? Just curious. Where in the world are you at? Freemasons? No. His name is Mason 1055. Doesn't mean he's a Freemason. I think that's called Freemasons. No, they're not called Freemasons. I mean, there is Freemasons, but that's not what we are. We're not Freemasons. Ah, Kansas. See how not my best approach. Departing traffic was still halfway down the runway. What? Denver Center, you failed. Why did they go offline?
It was like they're jumping on and off, so I don't know. Keep
Said
an
they're
eye out.
offline, Bubba. But YOLO. Click your heels twice there, Mason. Hey, we clicked our heels the other day, and after the tornado we had on landing last Saturday.
Hey,
Felt
twice.
we
Actually,
weren't
no,
in Kansas City.
quadruple the amount of real failures.
Oh yeah, yeah. We blew some fuse plugs on that one. That was fun. Your uncle is from Kansas. I used to have an aunt that lived in Kansas. I'm trying to remember where in Kansas. It was a small little town. They only had one stoplight. But I'm sure that doesn't
Why do
narrow it down.
people, like, assess the size of their town by how many stoplights they have? Yeah, I was from a small town that only had 2 stoplights.
Well, it's a 2 stoplight town. Well, it's like saying it's a 1-horse town. It's a 2-light town. Yeah,
Hey,
I
that's
have.
better
Yeah,
than
I'm sure there's a bunch of
population
those.
because that tells you how many intersections they have.
Well, no, it just means how many controlled intersections they had. They had more than one intersection. It just that was the only one with a stoplight. Everything else was a stop sign or uncontrolled completely, or because it's small town. Small town feel. But it's all good. You lived in Anaheim for 2 weeks? Is the
Wait, what?
NGX? No, I'm talking to Bubba Lewis.
No,
He
but
lived
he
in Anaheim for 2
lived
weeks.
in Anaheim for 2 weeks.
Meaning he's not there now.
But 2 weeks.
I don't know. I'm not in charge of Bubba Lewis's life. What do you want from me? I'm just reading the chat, dude.
Answers.
Just reading the chat. Is the NGXU worth it? I would say yes, provided a couple of factors are met. So if you don't have a 737 by PMDG now, then yes. If you
Ease of
do,
traffic,
but
Western
you're looking to
659
get
is on
Microsoft
final.
Flight Sim
Ease of
2020
traffic.
when it comes out, then get the NGXU before the end of the year because they will apply. You'll get the latest and greatest, get the newer version of the NGX. Plus, when the NGX comes out for the NG3, rather for
Are you getting sent
right,
over to the intercom?
right. Oh, okay. Weather update. When that comes out in when the Sim releases, you'll get it less the cost of what you paid for the NGXU. So they're expecting the cost of that aircraft to be about
Ease of
137, I
traffic,
think,
Western
and the NGXU is
659 is
99. So you only
final.
pay
04.
roughly $38 for the other plane. So you'll get two for the price of one and a half or so. So, but if you buy the NGXU after December, you're going to pay full price for both. So, if you're not planning to upgrade to Microsoft Flight Sim when it comes out and get the new plane, then you can go either way. It's not much. I mean, the graphics are a little nicer. Some of the systems are improved. You got the EFB here. The flight modeling is improved because the other 737 was very very old, and so it's optimized. It's designed for P3DV4 basically. So
Can I say
um,
something
so that
about
from
it?
that regard, yeah, go ahead.
And it's also ready for the GFO.
Yeah, that's true. It's ready for global flight ops too from PMDG. So, but yeah, the graphics are nicer. It does look nicer. It feels nicer. Um, it has it kind of feels like you're in a in a real cockpit compared to the
My
old one
airplane.
as far as that goes in a virtual cockpit. It's like just the way some of the things were modeled and done in the sim that they do now versus what they did 10 years ago or whatever it was when the NGX first came out. So that's nice. Yeah, I've had the NGX probably almost since its inception as well. Um, it's a great airplane, but it's nice to have the new one now.
Rate of descent,
So yeah, so I mean,
200 FPM.
yeah. So I see.
Mixture,
If there was no, would it be worth it? I think it would
auto
be, but
rich,
again, it
propeller
depends
control,
on what you're looking for. If you're looking for the latest and greatest from PMDG,
2150 RPM,
like I am, then it's
cow
worth it just
flaps,
off that. I would still have gotten it
on
if it
trail,
wasn't for Microsoft
landing lights,
2020. That just makes the deal even better
on,
for me. So,
cabin signs, on, flaps 121 KIAS,
so anyway, that's my opinion on
1/4,
the U,
gear,
the NGXU.
down, tail wheel, locked,
Did I ever tell you?
Very
airspeed
nice
at
plane.
threshold,
What is that?
Did I ever tell you that one time I was playing Farm Sim with Kramer, and he said to me that he read some news article that the 747-800 wasn't totally confirmed for Microsoft 20.
I don't think you did. No, this doesn't sound familiar.
Well, yeah, he did tell me that. I'm like, does he not realize that they
tail
not
wheel,
only featured it in a trailer, but now a
unlocked,
Discovery series?
rate of descent,
Obviously, it's confirmed if they would feature it those.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that it's happening. So yeah, the lighting is nicer in this one too, Mason, because it's all PBR now. So that's it. Another plus compared to the old NGX is you get the PBR lighting, which is very nice. Very nice. See how pretty that looks? Glowing red there on the other stuff. It'd be hilarious. You put the parking brake on, and the whole the whole plane lurches to a stop in the middle of the air. How is that
You
happening?
just hear skirt sound so loud.
Oh, boo-hoo, Bubba. You got a hand fly all the way there. What, did you break your autopilot too?
How did you break your autopilot? This is an
No, I-
Airbus. Actually, that's a good thing.
He apparently broke his autopilot.
Did you try turning it off and back on?
Did you try turning your aircraft off and back on?
Hey, Moose, I think you just got a handoff there.
He said 24 or something. So maybe he missed.
Hey, there's an aircraft in
Oh,
front of you guys.
Well, no, I think that might have been for me, but Center, was that for Delta 1056? You said 2000 something, I think.
There's an 1864 in front of you.
Copy that. Just want to make sure. Let's see. It won't turn on. Okay, so are your flight directors on, Bubba? And your
Do you
IRSs are both in nav mode. And you're hitting your autopilot disengage bar isn't extended.
And you have power in the aircraft, correct?
And your flight director's on.
We already confirmed the flight director, or at least
Oh.
he says they're on. Whether they actually are or not, I can't tell.
So-
I'm not in the plane.
Right, now we have to get into the nitty gritty because everything is so far fine.
Charge for flight instruction. Well, with Bubba, I'd probably just end up pulling my hair out on that one.
There isn't a clipboard big enough for Bubba.
That's right.
How do you feel flying in the right seat mid?
I feel weird.
Does it make you feel less important than the captain?
No, it just feels weird. I'm still the only one flying the plane, so as they say in what's the crap? What's the movie with Tom Hanks and the ship?
Yes,
Uh,
Captain.
Captain Phillips. Yeah, I am the captain now. I'm always the captain now. Yes, Mason, you're correct. The community is awesome. I do love the flight sim community. You have a button that says auto fail. Is that
Click
on
that.
your recall, like this guy here? Where is it? That thing? Only it would be on this side.
Tail wheel.
I would
Unlocked.
imagine. Nope, not that one. Where's the?
Cowl flaps.
There we go. Actually, there's no auto fail. Yeah, I don't see auto fail on that one.
Open. Flaps.
Yeah, auto fail's not a
Up.
thing that comes up.
Landing lights.
Above the overhead?
Off.
oh, what the?
Oh,
heat.
no, that's not your autopilot. That's your automatic
Off.
pressurization fail.
Trim.
Hit the reset. If that doesn't do it, then cycle it back to manual and back to auto and see what happens. But right here. Yeah, if it's on the
0.
overhead, it's going to be related to your pressurization.
Tail wheel.
I hope
Unlocked.
he wasn't getting a warning that he's not telling us.
I'm sure if
Mixture.
we could hear Bubba Lewis's stream right now, it would just sound like. And
And I bet I probably know the exact thing of why it's not working, but I guess you're thinking
for the
about
autopilot or pressurization?
autopilot.
What is your theory?
Whenever you have the yoke like at a degree and not at like complete 0,
Yeah,
centered,
if you're putting
you
pressure
can't-
on it, yeah, it won't engage. Correct. Yeah, your controls neutraled, Bubba?
because I've had experience of that, and I know it. I think it does some kind of warning whenever you have the pressure on you and you try to turn it.
I don't know that it does. I think it just won't engage. in my experience. I could be wrong about that. It may give you a light down here, maybe like an AP light.
Yeah, that's the light.
Yeah, that could be what you're thinking of.
Hey, Moose,
I don't.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
on the 7-3.
Oh, hang on.
He's getting his clearance to go to Unicom.
All right, frequency change approved for Delta 1056. Thank you so much for the service tonight. All right, over to Unicom.
Who you got flying here 2 o'clock?
Good question. Oh, that's United. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, that's the United guy took out in front of me. He's 2,000 feet below me.
When they turn me over to Unicom, I'll put Aaron on for you.
All right, copy that.
Aaron's just
You
gonna
were gonna
stall
ask
the
me-
plane.
You were going to ask me a question, though, about the 737?
Yeah, does that have the electronic tablet on the co-pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. Bloop.
Oh,
Just have
okay.
it-
Yeah, it was just off.
Yeah, I just have it turned off when I'm not using it, so it in case there's a frame hit of any kind when it's being used. So I don't know if there is or not, but what?
Come join Unicom.
I'm on Unicom 122.8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
so I'm on.
guess there's nothing happening, but
Exactly. Yeah, it's very fancy. It wasn't neutral, but now my autopilot is bumping us up and down. Oh god. Just don't put it on. Don't use LNAV VNAV. So start off with altitude hold and heading hold. Make
bumping
sure
up and
that
down. Are we sure this isn't turbulence?
I'm not sure of anything. It's probably Bubba jumping up and down in the cockpit. That's probably what's happening.
It's probably
Does he
him
have his
just
pitot
making-
heat on, or is it iced up?
Well, I'm guessing it's iced up. Yeah, make sure your pitos are on, by the way.
Considering he had an entire engine left off.
Yeah.
Alright, so I haven't seen any lasers yet.
You're right. I haven't either. Of course,
is,
I don't see them all the time. That's true, though. If you start seeing lasers, that'll help me realize that it may be Stargazer and not just my son. Pitos were off. Of course they were off. Oh my gosh.
Alright, you need a
Yeah.
checklist.
Let's leave the pitos off. It's only 1 degree Celsius on the ground. What do you mean? Wait, they were on. Do you not know how to check? Is that what's happening here?
If there's a warning light, then turn them on. Oh, window heat was off.
Oh,
Obviously,
all
does not
such-
know how to use the checklist.
I think the issue is that he doesn't have one. I have a checklist, but I don't know where it is.
So you don't really have a checklist then, do you?
Well, it's a PDF that I found. Wait,
Your PNG 737 didn't come with a checklist? I'm pretty sure it does. It's in the manual. It's under normal procedures. I've got the same aircraft. I have a checklist. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well, we're finally in Denver Center. We're still go-karting. The headwind has gotten worse. Now it's 93 miles headwind. Dead off the nose. Straight on. Come from 221, we're at 223 on the heading. 371 knots over the ground. Yuck. What's our, no wonder our time en route was so long for this. Progress. So we're 545 nautical miles away from ABQ. We're supposed to arrive at 354 Zulu, and it is currently 225. What did I say, 354? So that is still an hour and a half away. Woohoo!
Are we there yet?
There's Kevin. No, but at
10
least we
more
have
minutes.
departed now.
Oh, okay.
So progress has been made. But we do have a 92 knot direct headwind. So that's fun. Chris D, how's it going? You're flying the NGXU as well? Nice. I heard you were having problems getting into the Moose Crew Lounge here. Yeah, the new sounds are nice.
You're nice.
I know. Did you stuff your face, Kevin, yesterday?
Not really. I'm trying not to these days.
Uh,
He's on a diet.
well, even if I was on a diet, I say Thanksgiving. Screw that. I'll diet the next day.
I'll do it tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow to shed excess fat. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Chris. Hope it was a wonderful holiday for you yesterday. Hope Savannah and AJ got lots of food.
Idle cut off. Magneto's master.
Oh, goodness.
Off. Tail wheel.
Here is doing something funny I don't like.
Unlocked. Parking brakes. Set. Chocks. Set. Lights.
They're great and fighting one another right now to watch you.
Off. Inverter.
Awesome. Well, hello, AJ and Savannah.
Off.
So,
You guys are doing well.
I figured out some
Avionics.
issues with Bubba.
Off.
Captain Tim's here
Generators.
too. He's on comms.
Moose.
Well, he was on comms. Anyway.
Off. Battery.
What was that? Sorry.
Off.
I figured out some
Shutdown
issues
checklist
with
complete,
Bubba
skipper.
with
Another great flight.
His
Okay.
Thanks.
right engine bleed was off,
Okay.
and his packs were, I believe, just all over the place.
Well, that explains the auto fail.
I think he was trying to get rid of some warning lights by just flicking levers.
Okay, that completes this flight, and I'm going to go
Goodness.
to.
Hey, Aaron. How's it going? Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
I'm going to take a
And,
break, and then we'll
yes,
continue
also
on from
very much
Pisa to
looking forward to
Rome.
Las Vegas.
We'll see
Seeing
you in a
guys
few
again.
minutes.
Always a highlight of my year. I haven't had a warning light this flight. That is a lie. You said you had an auto